happy bro bros? Hey, you're about to get a face full of the Ken Bozak. He's a mentor. That's what I heard. He's a connector. Oh yeah. He's a brilliant leader. I've seen it. He's Ken Bozak. Oh, happy bro. You gotta get some Bitcoin and hold it. Happy bros. You gotta get those NFTs and you gotta hodl that stuff. You gotta hodl it. 'Cause I'm Ken bro. We got your Bitcoin, bro. He's an original. Buy some NFTs and hold them. How many times does he have to tell you? Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. 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 Yeah, we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Bro, we're going to the moon. Oh yeah, we're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. Real high. Yep. Real high. Hello, happy bros. Come get your Ken Bozak. Hello, happy bros. Hey, you're about to get a face full of the Ken Bozak. He's a mentor. That's what I heard. He's a connector. Oh yeah. He's a brilliant leader. I've seen it. He's Ken Bozak. Oh, happy bro. You gotta get some Bitcoin and hold it. Happy bros. You gotta get those NFTs and you gotta hodl that stuff. You gotta hodl it. 'Cause I'm Ken bro. We got your Bitcoin, bro. He's an original. Buy some NFTs and hold them. How many times does he have to tell you? Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. 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 Yeah, we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Bro, we're going to the moon. Oh yeah, we're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. Real high. Yep. Real high. Hello, happy bros. Come get your Ken Bozak.
And we're live, bros. We had to play the intro twice. We had technical difficulties, but I hope you enjoyed the music. Shout out to Corey and Blue of Uplift. That theme song that you heard is available for only $1, but only 1 million people could ever have one, because there's only 1 million copies available. Yes, that's right, 1 million copies of my theme song for $1.
And there's billions of humans, so it's like not everyone can get one. You better hurry.
Yeah, I already know people that probably have over 1,000. Like, just, you know what I mean? Because when it sells out, it will be an uplithium mining battery, and Corey is already like, this is gonna be huge. I'm like, dude, chill.
They're only $1. I think we should just like pump that shit.
$1.
Sorry that they missed out.
You know how many people wish they had $1? They could, get an NFT for $1. Well, now you can. Anyway, we're here, and obviously with my co-host as always, Nathan McBrobro, this fucking dude.
This guy.
And then we have our guest,
Token Gamer.
There he is, Token Gamer from Blockchain Universe. How goes it, bro?
All is well, brother. Thank you for having me.
I feel like you should aim your camera down a little bit. All I see is like your chin and up, and there's like 8 inches of headspace.
You know what? I'll lift my chair.
Like, I feel like the chat, that's way better. I feel like the chat was with me there. It was like cutting off like right here.
If you think about it, since he's floating through space as we speak, I mean, there's really no concept of space and time anyway, right? So
there you go.
I've been staring at it, right? And when it loops, that loop, it like almost makes me jump every time because I'm like stuck staring at it. And then I'm like, oh yeah, it's not.
Oh, I want to make it continuous now that you pointed it out. Crap. I wish it was just a endless loop.
On Zoom, you can use a video instead of an image. So are you using a GIF image file? You can use a video file and actually play like a whole video behind you. It's pretty cool.
I was going to start playing like cockfighting videos behind you.
You got me wanting to do that right now. I know exactly what video I want to put up too.
All right, well, while you're doing that, I'll let Nathan catch people up on what he's been up to.
Oh, no. You just assume I have things. All right.
Surprise, motherfucker.
I think this week we dropped like the Wax Anthem. So like that should be out there, and I'm bad at promoting. I'm sorry.
It's a blendable piece, right?
Yeah, so you have to blend 3 Yoshi Drops pieces to get this piece, and it's an anthem that Bang Out and I made. Bang Out is a famous producer, and he's very accomplished, and I'm happy that he's even working with me because he's got a very, very illustrious resume. So, the song I think turned out really good. We're going to be creating more parts to it in the future, so there'll be a second and third verse, and those will be blendable to get that too. And we also dropped a piece for the Haiti relief efforts. So if you go over to uplift.art, I think it's $3. You can get an image that was a collaboration between Yoshi and Blue and myself. And
it's fucking insane.
Yeah, dude, a lot of these things, they're kind of really...
I didn't even know you worked on that when I commented it. And then as soon as you commented it, I ain't gonna lie, I was like, damn, if I knew he did it, I wouldn't have complimented it so hard.
Well, it's funny. They're letting me kind of really be creative, and they're kind of like giving me the keys and opening it up, and I'm really happy with some of the work. It's cool. I think there's a lot of artists, like young and old, that have this thing where it's like they know if they just had the resources available to them, they could do crazy shit.
If only I had plutonium, I could do some crazy shit.
Dude, I'm happy you don't have plutonium.
I'm happy my mind went right to plutonium.
Like scratching your back with that shit. You'd be like getting radioactive cuts.
Yeah, my plutonium back scratcher right here.
How did I feel? I swear to God, the word back scratcher was like in my mind.
Yeah, it was. Well, it was in my hands earlier. Yeah, you didn't see it, but I was using this not too long ago. Hey, plus I had to use like Bitcoin Please stickers and some other stickers to keep it together because I got so aggressive. I snapped my back scratcher, bro. I was like getting so aggressive, it just snapped.
You nap and poison ivy from
that. But now it has like this like arch support. I love it. I guess like to move on from what Nathan has been up to what Jerome has been doing and is doing and will be doing, bro. I love you, man. It's been a while. Haven't seen you in way too damn long, man. And
yeah, it's been too long. We were discussing how we slept together.
Yeah. Oh my God.
No, they did though. You did. I mean, technically.
I slept with Jerome and he didn't know about it.
I knew. I just didn't remember.
He didn't care.
it's not something that you tend
Jerome's so
to
promiscuous
try
he
to
doesn't.
remember.
Yeah, he doesn't remember which guys were in which beds when. You know.
Oh my goodness. You guys are a trip. I love you guys.
So, what have you been up to? In 2021, and how are things going with Blockchain Universe?
All right, so Blockchain Universe, for those that don't know, is a community that I started in virtual reality. I love Ken's Bro community, and I want to be able to have the same type of crypto community that I can connect with in virtual reality. So if you have a VR headset, come join up with your Bro in VR. We're gonna actually have Ken this Tuesday night at 8:30 p.m. with VR Yum Yum, another person that's been all over the VR space and pretty much all of the VR events. The two of them are going to be sitting on stage talking about NFTs and what Ken's doing in the space and what bro420.com and what's next to go down with Ken's community. But we tend to do different events throughout the week. So like Mondays is Crypto Mondays VR. Sometimes we'll have guest speakers. Sometimes it's kind of just a open session to come learn about crypto. There's a lot of people that are new to crypto in the VR scene that never heard about crypto. And then there's a lot of people that are into crypto and see our Crypto Monday event and have to click on it because they see crypto and they want to talk to other people about crypto in VR. Sometimes we'll put up a screen and break down some charts, or if people have questions about different tokens, we'll go over it. And it's just really a great place to actually talk with one another rather than being in the chat. So let's the chats right now. Shout out to everybody that's messaging TC, Satoshi, Sean, Philip, Stanley, Miss Teen Crypto.
How goes it?
Congrats on your Yahoo thing. That's dope.
Yeah, congratulations, right? Yo. She's been making strides in the mainstream media.
Hitting mainstream media every day.
We actually just had her on Yummy NFTs in VR. That's every Tuesday night. She was on last week, had a great talk. A lot of people really were inspired and loved listening to what she has to say about the NFT community.
Yeah, so if everybody in the chat were able to just kind of hop in the Zoom call in and out whenever they felt like it, with the ability to not need a host to mute people for the group, but individual hosting abilities to mute individuals without affecting the group. So you could have a group conversation and then mute everybody except Jerome and have a one-on-one and then jump back into the group, just like as if you were in, a real room. You could kind of leave the room and come back into the room where everybody's at. I think, that with the way the pandemic has kind of gotten everybody mentally with social distancing and really comfortable with Zoom meetings for work and conference calls for school, blockchain or not VR gaming is literally taking off into a direction people thought was a joke. If you go back even 3-4 years ago, VR gaming was a hilarious joke that already failed in the 90s, and why were we revisiting this mess? But we've seen where it has gone because of the internet and a social media, social networking. I don't think it has so much to do with the quality of the headsets. I think if we had 90s quality shitty headsets, but with social media type things like Altspace, it would have still taken off just like it is today. I think it's that social interaction that virtual reality and environments give. I don't necessarily think it's the game. I think it's the social and then the game second.
So then that kind of is worth the chicken and the egg situation. What comes first, better hardware or better games? Can you have good games without better hardware? A lot of the games that we have right now, it's only because of the fact that we've evolved the hardware so much that we can be able to run some of these games. And for people that really don't get what is the different hardware, what's the difference between the processing power in your cell phone versus the processing power in Oculus Quest versus the processing power in my gaming laptop or gaming PC, right? There's different levels to the technology itself, and with those different levels opens opportunities for different platforms. So a lot of the different blockchain games that are in the VR space right now, or say they're in the VR space, are trying to use Web3, which a lot of people are looking towards, like dApps, and being able to enable that directly into the software, which, having it all built into a website is hard as well as you trying to get like the better visuals and stuff like that. If you've noticed like the styles that's out there with these web VR games, if you look at like Central Crypto Voxels, if you look at Decentraland, if you look at like Sandbox VR, none of them are like Call of Duty or high level graphics or
Right.
even like Apex Legends or anything that like you're playing right now. A lot of them are lower end graphics and
Yeah, they feel a lot like a
barely.
Dave and Buster's arcade.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And you barely could be able to get like voice communication with one another. It's hard to actually like manage, an entire space with a lot of people. I think a lot of these games max out at like 20 to 40 people within the server.
Oh,
Altspace can
I
be
didn't
able
even
to,
know that. That's hilarious.
right? Altspace can be able to hand up to 50 people on a server, and then you could be able to have multiple rooms, up to 8 rooms. For people that don't know what Altspace is, it's not like my platform that I built. I'm trying to build a community on all platforms, whether you're on Altspace, whether you're on VR chat, whether you're on
No, and
Neos, whether you're
Altspace is free to use. It's not like you have like a referral link or anything or whatever. Like it's just you can
correct.
just use Altspace for free, and there's so many random free things to do. It's pretty badass. Like kind of when you turned me on to it, I remember we were jumping into random stuff and just shilling crypto. Like, you know what I mean? Like that was great.
Yep. Then and that's what we pretty much do still on a regular basis. I'm always in there. It's just that's the community I like being a part of, connecting with people that are in virtual reality and social VR. Like you said, that's the next social networking, right? Like why utilize like I a lot of people always ask me to like promote on like Instagram and stuff like that, but I don't know. I'm just not a big like social media user. I'd rather have a conversation with you. I love this interaction, and just Zoom isn't cutting it because it's only the three of us that can really be on this unless we open it up to more people. Whereas, like you said, in VR, we could just open it to the floor and just jump right
Yep.
into having a conversation with our audience,
And the
and it's
audience could be
seamless.
talking while listening, and it wouldn't affect the people next to them because they could just mute the audience sound. And that's what I think is really cool about it. Like really transparent, really open, and like the free aspect of it with the quality that it is. It reminds me, and I hope that maybe a potential. And I don't know, maybe how do you feel about like? Because I just thought like, what if Crypto Voxels and Allspace collaborated?
The possibility of that happening, I think, is a very slim chance just because of the way that it's operated under Microsoft. They, are trying to keep everything secluded to their own network. Essentially, think of it like PlayStation. I would say that Altspace is like the PlayStation, and let's say VR chat, which is like the number one in the amount of people that are on it, but number two in the amount of like features that it has in comparison to like, well, for the event space
Well,
in
what about just
comparison
like
to like
going in that
Altspace.
direction though of like a Crypto Voxels?
I would like to see it happen. I would say, first look towards stuff like Somnium Space, which is already trying to do that,
True.
right?
It's like
They're
it's like a mix of the both.
You know what I mean? They're already doing an event space in VR with having the a functionality of like a crypto voxels being able to click on the link to an NFT. Like that's probably the best platform for the NFT and blockchain space at the moment. The biggest problem with it is how many people even know what Somnium Space is. I'm glad to shout it out. And oh, why did my video stop? Come
It
on, come
looks
back on.
that looks like a one of those flea market carpets you put in the center of your room.
Oh, the video ended. Oh, dang it. I thought it
Ah,
was
you got
endless.
played. Yeah,
Oh, I'm so
doesn't YouTube
sad.
have a loop feature now?
Yeah, come on, YouTube.
I probably do need to do that, huh? I
One thing
thought
that's
I.
Well,
interesting, it's weird that these spaces are popping up without the intention to kind of connect to everything, considering the success of games like Fortnite, essentially using interoperability. Like, why wouldn't everybody want to be the same? Like, why wouldn't everybody want to kind of follow the blueprint? I know there's like limitations as far as like tech goes and how things kind of look together and operate with each other, but I feel like that should be the ultimate goal that everybody should be striving for, is to connect everything, because it's best for everyone and it's the most profitable. So I think in the short term, a lot of people are like trying to protect their ecosystem, their environment, sell more of their own products. But ultimately that's going to go away, just the same way that the internet's all connected. And we used to have like little intranets, and now it's the internet. Whoever's going to be with the times first, like whoever's going to go in that direction first, is going to have the most success long term, I think.
Agreed. Yeah, man, it's really a matter of just locking down that community and having the people that want to be there, right? In the chat, we got Miss Teen Crypto saying that she uses Altspace with her computer, but she doesn't have any hands, and that's one of the fun perks of being in VR. I would love to get her a headset so she could be able to join us. I see Jordan in the chat is saying that Sound Genie does Altspace as well. Yeah, he's a part of our community. Between me, Miss Teen Crypto, VR Yum Yum, even some of the guys from Yum Yum Farm, we've been collaborating and putting up different events in VR. We had Shitcoin in VR recently. There's going to be more events that I'll be hosting and that I'm planning on right now that I will be announcing soon. We just want to keep bringing out more and more events where people can come, learn, talk, educate, and we're now even putting a gamification spin to it with all of these free-to-earn games that are out there. We want to start incentivizing people to host your own events. I want to see more people grow and grow this community in VR. I want to get to a point where it's 24/7. I could just be able to put on my headset and there's a crypto community they're talking about crypto and I can learn something new and might want a new token that grabs my interest, right?
Yeah, it's cool. I wonder if we should have like some nudist events. Like we're like in our world, but like nobody can tell in the VR world.
Yeah, they can if you have those headset hands. You just be like fapping in VR.
You're true.
Totally forgot you had your wrist still in the VR thing. Just saying.
Yeah, not good.
That's not
That's
good.
Too funny.
Yeah, and that's another thing though that I thought was important that you touched on, just in passing, but in sincerity, when Miss Teen Crypto said it was a bummer she didn't have hands in the metaverse, right? That's because of a different way to interact. Some you can use phone, computer, and headset, so you have different levels of interaction, and I think it's more visceral, more of like a physical, immersive experience when you see, just even something as simple as a floating pair of hands. They have a study that where they kind of put a fake hand next to your real hand wearing like the same sleeve shirt that you're wearing, and they'll have your real hand like on the other side of it and a piece of like board hiding it, so you can't see your real hand, but there's a fake hand and your real hand here, right? And your other, and they'll just like stab it and you'll freak out and you'll feel pain, but it's not real because it's a fake hand. But your brain got so used to seeing the fake hand that it felt it. It made you feel. It's like that shit. Like if you die in the Matrix, you die in real life because your brain's so stupid it thinks you're dead, so it kills you. So like I think that immersiveness that we're seeing with the level of like having the headsets and the floating hands, that's just the beginning. We're starting to see more like Ready Player One full bodysuit type shit, and
that's happening right now, bro.
Right. Where's that going to take though to the next level of like where she feels like she's missing out because she doesn't have floating hands, but I think people are going to feel like not like handicapped in the metaverse if they don't have certain limbs, right? Am I wrong, dude, or am I going too far on that?
I'm not disagreeing with it. I think it of course comes to your mental capabilities. If you can understand that, oh well, this hardware is not working, and that's thus why I'm not able to move in the space or something, whatever have you. There's going to be many different ways to interpret it. One of the things that I want to touch on and that I see in the chat right now, you had said that like there's phone and then everybody's used to now seeing the Oculus Quest 2. I'm hoping that everybody's at least seen what it looks like. That's standalone VR, and then you have like VR headsets that has to be plugged into the computer. For Altspace, the platform that we're using, John, who was asking about getting a VR headset, don't use the phone versions. The phone VR has really just been kind of like that, I would say 3D enhanced experience. It wasn't really a like move around the room. It's more like I could put on the headset and move around my chair and see what's around me in 360, but not really VR, which includes that depth. So like with the Oculus Quest headset, which I have right here, actually.
I think I have.
What it looks like. This is the nice little case you can get it in. And then I will show you
And
guys
they're
what it
not
looks like.
expensive, compared to like an Xbox or a PlayStation right now. They're only like what, $400 at the most, something like that.
So this one is $300. This
There
one
you go.
is the 64 gigabyte version. They actually just recalled this one. There was something going on with the facial mask for some people. It was causing irritation. They made a new mask for it as well as increased the storage now to 128. You no longer can get the 64 gigabit version. If you go to the store, you can get the 128 gigabit version for the same price. Thank you, Facebook. If you're interested in having a Facebook account and having Facebook track you, yeah, you can get that. A lot of people want to stay away from Facebook. So if you do that, it's probably going to be more expensive or wait. Because actually, this is just big news that just happened recently. TikTok just bought the Oculus Quest competitor. Hey, he got his Quest. There you go. TikTok just bought the competitor in China, and ByteDance is big and international and being everywhere. Whereas Pico Neo is the platform that is like competitor to Oculus Quest.
Huh.
They are just trying to stay in China. So we'll see what happens when they got ByteDance money to now increase it. Do we have to just stay in China? Can I buy a Pico Neo and compare a Pico Neo to the Oculus Quest 2? Is it going to
Did you
be cheaper? Is it going to be better? We'll find out.
did you see the propaganda going around in China right now that like video games are about to be like banned by like the CCP and
No.
shit? Yeah, dude.
What? I did not know that.
Yeah, man, they're like
Yeah,
talk.
bro.
Yeah, game. Yeah,
Fun freaks.
there was some like weird shit going on. 10-cent stock, I think, crashed or something. That's how I found out. I heard something about 10-cent stock, and I was like,
Crazy.
10-cent's like the biggest gaming company
Yeah.
in the world. They're like Disney of video games, right? So like when I heard something, was going on, yeah, I seen some articles about like China, CCP, looking to
I
like
just don't get
ban
it.
like
Why would
all
you ban video games?
Yeah,
Like,
it's weird.
what?
Yeah. Well, it's a lot of it's
Especially
like,
during a pandemic lockdown, like whoa, bro, like whoa, bro.
well, you can't control people as easily if they're able to just have fun and escape. You don't want people escaping from the real world if you're trying to impose, certain things. You want them to be stuck in
Is
reality.
that why they don't give you
Do
an
what you want.
Xbox in jail?
Pretty much. And one thing I wanted to touch on real quick, something that like really tripped me out about the different hardware and the way that we're interacting with VR. You mentioned how like Miss Teen Crypto doesn't have any hands in there. It made me think of how plants are conscious, but they can't like talk to us. Like I think a lot of life forms on Earth are interacting in like through different operating systems almost, and like we can't connect with each other, but like we know that they're alive. We know that they're feeling stuff. It's just really trippy. It just kind of tripped me out. Like maybe this gives us a view into like just sort of how things actually are, or lets us kind of open our mind a little bit and just see new things.
Meta reality.
I posted a link in the YouTube live stream for the audience because I was keeping it brief, but I wasn't wrong. So 90 minutes a day, 90 minutes a day until 10 p.m. China sets new rule for young gamers. I haven't read the whole article, that one, but that's from the New York Times right there. So
Maybe they think
I don't know how that may affect virtual reality or the metaverse type, environments, and will they consider those 90 minutes gaming? Or like a Zoom call or whatever, right? In an Oculus headset, is that gaming? And will they limit people's time and experience to that metaverse? That's, I don't know, but anyway, something to think about there when it comes to like gaming, especially. I think this is very interesting, and Jerome, I know you didn't like know about the whole ban in China and what's happening, but thinking about where we're headed right now with the play to earn game model, where kids right now are all over the mainstream, under 15 years old, making 6 to 7 figures a year,
$100,000s of dollars.
playing video games,
Love it.
and it's not Twitch live streaming. There's no YouTube middleman stealing 30%. You know what I mean? There's nothing gatekeeping them from participating at all whatsoever, and nobody can fire them, ban them, none of that shit. And they're making, I think this is pretty fucking coincidental, right? Or is this a direct attack on the potential future that people could have for self-employment due to DeFi gaming? where playing a video game is basically a financial, environment, and Chinese citizens may be able to make a hell of a lot more money playing Axie Infinity than going to work in a warehouse making some shitty fucking iPhone for 5 cents or whatever.
Some
Yeah,
government it's an issue because
So I
they
think
need
this is a
to keep
preemptive
up
strike,
productivity.
right?
yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't. I believe it. They see where it's going. It sounds feasible. I look at all of the news that we're seeing lately with kids making $400,000 a year, or in a couple of months. 12 years old. CNBC article recently, like that just makes me giddy. Like I'm so excited to see what's going to happen as more and more people get accessibility to play to earn games. More games are coming out. I saw Axie Infinity for the first time in like 2018. I checked it out for like 2 seconds and just read what it was supposed to be and was just like no, I'm not gonna spend my time on that. I could see where that's gonna be, taking up a lot of your time for what rewards. And yeah, now seeing the rewards, it was like, all right, bad call. But I'm excited for other play to earn games, some that catch my interest. So like Lost of Relics. I don't know if you guys checked out this new one, Plants versus the Undead on Binance Smart Chain.
Is it
I
like
was checking
Plants
that
vs
out this
Zombies?
weekend.
Please tell me it's like Plants.
Yes, yes, yes,
Yes, I
yes.
fucking
And you're
love that.
farming. You're actually farming their token and earning.
Oh
It's a
damn!
new game, just came out this month. Like I'm actually trying to check it out,
This is
like
why
on
I
the
need
stream.
to live with. I can't wait to live with you. This is why I don't know. Many people know, but I'm gonna be living with this dude soon, and I can't fucking wait.
Roomies,
Can't wait, bro. I made
we're gonna have good times.
like damn near $250,000 playing Splinterlands now.
I believe it. I
Like,
believe
dude,
it.
fucking video games.
Yeah, man. It's
We're gonna
changing.
have good times.
But that's why I was thinking about like that New York Times article and all these opportunities, and now the gatekeepers are going to become ISP, the internet service providers of the world. They're going to be the next banks. And I'm really happy that net neutrality went the way it did for now. But I think we're going to revisit that very fucking soon.
Absolutely,
Very,
unfortunately.
very fucking soon, bro. And we're gonna end up seeing the internet become a utility, just like water, and that's what people think they want, bro. And when
But there's
Netflix
truly
has to
no-
pay a water bill for their bandwidth, bro, their memberships are gonna be a couple $100, like worse than Comcast ever was.
That's
Yeah,
what a lot of us forget in this space is that like no matter how decentralized we think we're being with the ways that we interact with things, like it's extremely centralized because your service provider could just say fuck you and you're done.
Mhm.
So it's like it's we got to be careful too how we look at this stuff, and we can't lose sight of the truth. You know, it's important to know that what's happening in China right now with video games could easily happen to us.
Anywhere.
Absolutely.
And they could say, hey, you're into crypto? Well, you have to pay a certain amount of whatever to use the internet now. Like you're using it to make money, we should get a cut of that. Like maybe they just start thinking that way too. That's how typical businesses think. If they facilitate some interaction that profits you, they want a cut. So I'm hoping that that's not like the start of people like in a bad way opening their eyes and being like, oh, we have more control than we realize. We're not actually utilizing our power to its full extent. And that's scary. So I don't want to be like the bearer of bad news, but I think it's actually like we should push this stuff as hard as we can while we can, because we don't know where things are headed. Like, let's let it get out of control in a good way before anybody can really stop it.
Yeah, man. And the only way to really organize it, I believe, is in virtual reality, in that metaverse. Being able to initiate plans that will be better for all of us in the long run, as opposed to going through the gatekeepers forever. That's unsustainable. We're not going to be able to continue going through the gatekeepers that want to keep taking their cut. We need to have our own alternative.
Well, there will always be gatekeepers, even in a decentralized environment. At best, the DAO, right? And that's where we ourselves, but as a majority consensus, become our own gatekeepers. And I think that's the important handoff on that is, because that's accountability, to that, being your own gatekeeper, like being your own bank, being your own everything. And Big Ben in the chat said, I feel like Elon is going to make the internet cheap and accessible to everybody with Starlink.
Absolutely,
Not
yeah,
just
I
Elon,
definitely
but
agree.
Zuckerberg just wants
Amazon's
to give
trying
the
to do
internet
it.
away for free so he could have another 4 billion people, because there's billions of people that can't use the internet because they just don't have simple access to it like that. Like the world's a pretty shitty fucking place, even though you may have running water, plumbing, and a roof, like all this shit, like the world sucks. So yeah, people like Zuckerberg, Elon, and all these crazy internet fucking moguls, they have the incentive to get people the internet that don't have it, because they profit from it just by the data mining. And with blockchain gaming, wait for the next wave of infrastructure investment coming from an industry that isn't even technically an industry yet. Yeah, how much money is going to be invested into fucking worldwide development infrastructure from just crypto, blockchain gaming, and all that other shit like DeFi? It, like, you saw banks with stadiums. Now we have exchanges with stadiums.
Like in Miami, FTX Stadium.
Exactly.
Yep, FTX
And you
Stadium.
can't even,
Yep,
I don't think legally you can use FTX in most parts of the United States either.
No, you can't.
And that's what's crazy. So I mean, I think it's pretty wild if you look at it that way. Like,
what's gonna happen when it's everywhere?
Yeah. Does it concern you that Elon Musk hasn't had some attempt made on his life yet? Because if he's changing so many things, if he's disrupting the oil industry, disrupting the internet, pushing cryptocurrency, which would disrupt like world economy.
Banking, yep.
Does it concern you that nobody has tried to take him down yet? Does it make it look like he's a part of it? Because if I were just being like a conspiracy theorist, I would be like, it's crazy that they're gonna let him just ruin everything for them.
I think that it's a mixture of, we're in an economy now where it's not so easy to do that anymore, right? Like back in the day, it was easier to assassinate somebody because nobody could put a camera on you and identify who was the assassin, right?
But then we have Epstein. We have that situation,
which is.
So it makes me wonder, like why? I don't know.
Yeah, Jordan said, I'm sure he had attempts on his life, and I was thinking the same thing, not disclosed. Exactly that, to discourage.
Probably not disclosed.
Nobody, they'll never talk about it because they don't want to encourage anybody, because people will want their name to be all over the news, like the other guy's name was all over the news. And they're probably suicidal, and they don't want to go out without their name being remembered. And that's why we don't hear about a lot of things. I think I found out, because I said something to somebody once, and I was like, yeah, man, it's crazy. Nobody ever tried to, like, assassinate Obama. And they were like, yeah, they did. And I was like, what? And they're like, yeah, dude, they didn't talk about it. Like, go look at it. I was like, I looked up, like, oh, shit. There was people that totally, definitely did. And I was just like, damn, they would never publicize that information. Yeah, they don't disclose it. So I think Jordan might be right, because Elon is a pretty eccentric dude, and people, invested in Doge, probably alone. You never know. Like,
do we know a couple of people?
he rug pulled like 8 billion people.
Dude, your boy Gary was probably like, what the fuck? Think about it.
Oh, Jordan said Elon is the modern day Tesla. Look at what happened to what Tesla wanted to give the world. I think Dean had said, I'm new to crypto this year, but as soon as learned of blockchain and gaming seems inevitable. Absolutely. Any recommendations on gaming PC at reasonable price?
The one I got.
Amazon. Yeah, right. I
got this Omen, right?
Yeah, he has the Omen. I know I recommend someone recently get the Acer Nitro 5 is a decent laptop. I'm rocking the Predator, another Acer.
So this laptop. Thing's like what, 2,000? Maybe you could probably get it's an i7, so it's probably around like $2,000 for the one I have. And if you have like maybe double that, get an Alienware.
Yeah.
Alienware.
Yeah. I was at Best Buy the other day checking out because I needed to get a new monitor. My brother borrowed my monitor while I was out of town, so had to pick up that. And I saw the Alienware that they had out there, and it looked really good. It was around like 4,000.
Did it tempt you?
Tempted me? No. I already got. I love this thing. Shout out to Chain Games. Thanks for the fucking computer.
You hooked you up, bro.
Yeah.
You're hooked.
Yeah.
And
Adam's a really good fucking dude. Like for real, people are sleeping on Chain, and
exactly what we're talking about here too. Blockchain gaming, like they're doing crazy shit that's actually, in my opinion, probably going to interact with the real world a little bit more than a lot of stuff that we're seeing. Like,
yeah, I'm waiting so eagerly for Apex Legends launch. Like they need to figure out how to get Apex with Chain games, so I can earn Chain while beating the shit out of people on Apex. Oh, by the way, Jerome, guess what?
What's up?
I got like a 7-kill game my first day playing on the PS5.
Nice.
Mm.
Nice. I wish I was watching.
Yeah.
Or joining. I want to join you soon.
I don't think I was streaming or anything. I just like plugged it in to play and see if it was like, how it compared to the PS4, like, because I had both set up. And I was like, yeah, PS4 is going in the living room. Anybody who wants to play with that can play with it. This is
PS5 is right in the room.
Is that the one where you're like, you shouldn't play this with me. You're not really allowed to play this with me because you're not going to be good at it.
No, man, it's always fun. Yeah, that's a shitty thing about laptops. Yeah,
they're going back and forth about graphic cards and laptops on the chat.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, laptop. I prefer the laptop, like the module computer experience. I can take the laptop anywhere I go, bring it back to like the studio here, plug it all in, and now I have like 4 screens. I have 4. I see four screens right now, and then I can unplug it and take all of that with me, and then you know what I mean.
But you're limited to what you have on that laptop, and then if hardware needs higher specifications, so like I'm running a 1060, soon that's going to be pretty much obsolete compared to like the 20 series, the 3 series, and next year we'll probably get a 4 series. So
Philip agrees with me, and I feel like that's all the vindication I need to have this debate.
Laptops are great, yes, but having a gaming PC is obviously better.
Nothing made by Apple is good at anything but but what? Editing. If you want to edit a video or edit a photo, cool. But if you want to do anything else at all whatsoever, don't get an Apple at all.
I was gonna say I've made some pretty I've made some art that I've sold for pretty expensive on one and music, and it works good for art and music.
You know what I think you should do? I think you should paint on that and then sell the laptop that you used to make your NFT art and then make physical art on that thing you made to use digital art.
That's smart, actually. I love you.
Love you too. Because I kind of want to see what you do with it.
Can I paint you when I come?
Yeah. Actually, Jerome, remind me to tell Annalise I need to get a room in New York City for the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and check out on the 5th.
Of when?
Next month, next week.
Ken's gonna be in the
Yeah, me and Nathan. Nathan, you're getting your own spot, right? Or did you need to share?
Yeah, I'm sleeping in the studio because I'll be there like all night, mixing chemicals in the laboratory.
Right. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get the spot I had last time. It's like right down the street, like 5-minute walk.
Yeah, you were in like Manhattan or whatever.
I was in Times Square.
Times Square. Okay, yeah. I'll just because I'm in Staten, I can just hop on the ferry.
Oh, a different studio then. That's probably.
Oh yeah, this is a different one. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I thought you were talking.
Oh, you're talking about Yoshi's one that you went to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, I felt the energy as soon as I walked in that building. Holy shit! It's like a temple.
Dude, it's good. I think I'm going to Jungle City Studios too. It's owned by Alicia Keys and Swizz Beatz. So maybe we'll get into that place. I've got an invitation. So.
Well, I know we're gonna see Token Gamer up in New York City at NFT NYC.
Absolutely.
Are you working with them in any capacity in a VR event, or are they doing a VR event for NFT?
I don't think they're doing anything VR related, and honestly, I didn't want to work. I just wanted to go just to enjoy it and see what they have to offer.
It's literally one of my favorite conferences. It's probably World CryptoCon in Vegas. And then NFT NYC.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll say Coins Bank Cruise. Even though I've only been on one, they've done a few cruises as a conference. And I highly recommend if they ever do another one, do it.
That's what's up. They should rent out all of South Beach.
Yeah. I'm a speaker at NFT NYC. I will be on stage in my pajamas,
Nice.
shilling
Where the
my
sarong?
shitcoins.
Where the
Sure.
sarong, dude? So right.
I'm wearing a sarong without anything on under it, and I totally went outside and sat down and forgot for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's like when I saw Korn live in concert, and Jonathan Davis was wearing a kilt, and he got too close to the edge of the stage, and I could see up that kilt, and it was not good.
That's so funny and scary.
Yep.
Damn. Jonathan Davis is probably one of my favorite lyricists. And then, oddly enough, under that is Earl Sweatshirt.
Oh, cool. Dude, I love it.
Yeah, so if I get Jonathan Davis and Earl Sweatshirt to collab, that'd be great.
That'd be really gothic and slow rap mixed together.
So
Yeah.
what are you looking forward to the most out of NFT NYC?
I like listening to all of the different talks and just mainly networking, man. There's so many different people to meet, so many different collaborations to get into. I met Josie at NFT NYC last year and then interviewed her in Alt Space and did that with a few other artists. We had a nice little panel going and just always getting great connections. I really want to see Marguerite from Blockade Games. They got their game Neon District dropping. I'm really excited to check that out and see more people get into that space. Yeah, there's a lot of different people that you can connect with, and it's always better to have that face-to-face connection rather than trying to reach out to somebody on Twitter.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty fond of Neon District. I have one of their founder keys, mint number 4 or 5 or something like that. So.
Don't you also have an extremely valuable Josie, or am I thinking of something else?
No, yeah, I do. I had to turn down like a 40 Ethereum offer on it because it was like I feel like that's insulting to the artist. I'm like, I don't know. Josie's art that I have, that piece, is probably just gonna go to a museum and they'll just pay me monthly or something for like letting them hold it.
It's just really dope. Leasing out.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, I also have a physical poster that came with it that I never opened. It's still in the poster tube. So I got like, I think it was like a 40 Ethereum offer when Ethereum was at like 2,600 or something like that. And I tweeted it out like, I'm not selling it for less than $1 million. Like that,
Nice.
like that NFT is $1 million NFT minimum to me, and I can't let it go for less.
So, and like that's art, bro. And I love seeing real artistic work as NFTs, right? But what do you think about this whole like regenerative NFT market right now with Dan Rock and apes, all these different regenerative NFTs that are popping up?
I love it for money laundering. That's all it is. Can we just be like straight up and they're just like jumping ships, laundering money, playing greater fool theory with people and rug pulling them, leaving them with a bag of NFTs at the end of the day that they think are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, but then when they try to sell it after a few weeks, well, the liquidity really dried up, and now you're stuck holding the 6-figure NFT that no longer has a trade history. It looked like it traded every day, and now it's been a few weeks since anybody's bought one. Yeah, that happens all the time. So that's how I really feel about it. It's just rug pull video games, or money laundering video games for people, that have been money laundering, for years the traditional way. This is for them a video game version of money laundering.
So should we recommend staying clear of it? Because there are people that are making, quite bank off while holding on to them.
If you can afford to take the risk, I don't see why not, man. Like, I ain't saying don't launder money. Like, do that. Fuck that. Participate in the fucking, the shit games.
I look
at that store that's like never had any business on the corner and it's still always open.
Yeah, like every mattress store in the United States, and there's documentaries on this, and we all know that mattress firms are a money laundering empire.
There's a lot of these,
but we're all cool with it, right?
Because
a lot of the local laundromats and car washes and all these things are these kind of operations.
Yes, sir. Strip clubs. You know how many? Yeah, I'm sure they're paying $5,000 an hour for the champagne room.
Anything where you can take cash in the front door and you don't have to account for who the customer was, where the money came from, anything like that. I mean,
So that's how I feel like these, like, these NFTs that, we're seeing being pumped and dumped in these 6 to 7 figure marks it's a fun game of money laundering and an interesting way to play greater fool theory. But also, if you like, cool pictures of rocks, get one, because you never know what collection may be blessed by the Illuminati of money launderers that are out there, and you may have been one of the people that got lucky and have a crypto punk, and now that they're chosen that one to launder their money, you can now try to liquidate it because they want them. They're using them for now, and I think play that game as much as you can. Grab all the $1 NFTs or whatever, because they're all eventually going to have their turn, because they don't stay on point for long. Like, they always jump ship.
Interesting take on it. Yeah, man. I've been asking the question a lot to see what's different people's take and opinion on. It's not even like it's a new trend in the market, but it's definitely one that's growing, if I'm not mistaken. I see a lot more of them now than I did over the last couple of months, and definitely more than over the last year or two. So I think that it's always best to stay more with like actual art pieces, and then a lot of these regenerative NFTs. To me, it's like, unless they have some type of utility that you're interested in, you're gonna get left with a bag at the end of the day that might not be worth much. But like you said, you never know which one's actually going to be worth something one day. And the way that people hold on to collections, I didn't think that holding on to my Pokemon cards would be worth thousands of dollars in the future. I thought I'd make a couple $100. I wish I held on to my Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, because I look at the way that some of them are selling right now, and it's just like, damn, man, that aftermarket and that's something that people like to participate in. And it's just, I'm curious as to how big can that market grow to, which projects.
Hey, bro, your video, I think your video background
which projects are going to be the ones that take off.
I think your video background's fucking with your quality, bro. You're breaking up.
Is it?
Yeah, you're breaking up.
Oh, no.
No.
Nathan looks clear as day on my end, and you're the one choppy.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I can hear you, but it's breaking up, and your video's breaking up. Just wanted to let you know.
I'm clear skin, too.
But yeah, I feel that way about my Splinterlands collection, I never, I thought, it would be valuable, but I never thought it would be, this soon, to where, $2,000 to $5,000 worth of cards that I bought and played with became worth $250,000.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think of it one thing is somebody who was a painter my whole life. As soon as I got into this space, the things without utility that weren't really, really strong, what I would consider to be strong art offerings, I was always asking myself, in the conventional world, would anybody revere this in 100 years, 200 years, 500, 1,000 years? The same way they would something like by Van Gogh, for instance.
Well, you never know who's going to become the Van Gogh. Van Gogh was chosen by the traditional money launderers.
After he died, though.
Right, after, but yeah, exactly, because they could take over his fucking collection at that point, and they didn't have to worry about anybody, dumping the market on them, right? What if Van Gogh did a painting about, some really offensive whatever, and cancel culture back then got them, and while they're trying to launder their money, their assets dumped overnight. Now, you can't launder money with assets that are that volatile. They need to have a dead founder, bro. You know what I mean? And I don't want to get too deep into all of that, but I want people, I encourage people to participate, play their fucking games too, because if you want to make their kind of money, you got to play their kind of games. You just have to be aware that it is a game.
Is this a world where it incentivizes the biggest collectors to kill their favorite artists?
Dude, I'm waiting for it. I tweeted it out hey man, when I die, will my collection moon or dump? And everyone was it was thousands of votes, and it was moon. I'm and then I retweeted it. I was well, y'all do know I'm not immortal. It's eventually. I mean, if that's the case, I will inevitably die, and then that means that it will eventually moon, right? I mean, that's just.
Yeah. And it won't moon; it'll Saturn.
So maybe I have to be dead for the Illuminati of money launderers to choose my collection, but it is one of
Hopefully
the
not.
earliest collections. So dude, please ask your local money launderer to use my collection to launder their money because I would love to
Yeah.
have my bags pumped.
I'm always laundering money for you.
Thank you. Like I seriously appreciate it.
Oh, come at it. It's a joke.
This is a comedy show, by the way.
We try to have fun.
I'll
Yeah.
be at Wacky Jacks next week. No, I'm just kidding. It's like a made-up comedy club to me. Wacky Jacks. I made it up.
Yeah.
Good name.
And I want to also encourage people to create an account or create a collection because you never know if your collection may be chosen. And it's also just like not just money laundering always, but it is like seriously, I really do truly in my heart believe like that's a lot of the case the fucking time, like 90% of the time. But there are those cases where people just like genuinely want to collect things because they're cool or they have utility and longevity. A lot like longevity is so rare to see. You'll see things take off overnight like those laser-eyed rocks or whatever, but CryptoPunks earned where they're at with that longevity. So there are some clear indicators of difference and there are, you know, there are equations where these variables can be kind of moved around, but it is, you know, it is what it is. Like it's a little bit of love and a little bit of laundering.
I also like to look at, you know, which ones are focused on the future and where we're going next, right? So a lot of these projects have been making like pictures, GIFs, that stuff, but I'm starting to see some now that are making like 3D assets. So when you think of like virtual reality and where we're going in the future,
why do you think I worked with Dutchie to get Kenny? I'm trying to get people to launder money through my fucking collection so it'll moon. I made these fucking augmented reality collectibles, bro.
Yeah, man, and that's the future. Holding on to those type of collectibles that are AR and VR enabled, you're gonna be built for the future. And because you know these cycles keep happening. You know the cycle's happening right now with the JPEGs, the PNGs, and the GIFs, but it's gonna come back around in the virtual reality and augmented reality collection. So yeah, man, you're spot on by calculating ahead and being in the AR market. I think I'm calculating ahead by growing the community in the virtual reality market, you know, and being able to collaborate the two of those together, collide them together and make what some people are calling XR, cross reality, mixing people that are in VR with people that are in the real world that don't have a VR headset, but may have an AR headset and be able to see the virtual characters in your real world. You know, that's happening as well. Microsoft is working on a platform called Mesh, where I'm really excited to see that type of community growth across reality. Ken could be sitting at his home with his AR headset. I can be home with my VR headset, and we can both be in the same virtual world. And he's seeing his real room with my digital character in the room while
like
I'm seeing this virtual
Han
room.
Solo, like talking to his son, like just popping up, like, "Yo, what up, Ben?"
But it'll be like that combined with like Kenny being like Stretch Armstrong. Or
I think that's even
toy type things.
I think that's even two different technologies because you know when you talk about Star Wars, that's more a hologram. That's more a digital projection.
Yeah, but that's the next step. This is like that wearable version. We're still wearing the thing that would be on the wall doing it, right? So I feel like this is like we're headed to where I'm just gonna be able to. It'll feel in multiple people in a room like that. Like I do envision like a physical warehouse being designed physically for people to just have those like holographic interactions. You'll be seeing like a room full of holograms all mingling. It'll be like that's how I seriously feel like it'll be, right? Or is that like not? Do you, like I think the physical world will have way more to do with that augmented and virtual world than I think a lot of people are expecting the physical world to have to do with it.
Have you ever seen like the sensors for the like PCVR headsets? They have like these like little black sensors that you put in the corner of the walls and it would detect your motion in the world.
Yeah, well, I think I saw it with the HTC thing at first.
So what that's basically doing is sending a light from that sensor to the like responder on your headset, and it's going back and forth, right? Being able to track where you are in the real world. Well, what if we were actually able to put actual lights in those and put them on the walls and be able to have holograms in your room pop up on your table, pop up wherever you want it to pop up on the wall, so be it. And that's just emitting it wherever it is, depending on how many sensors you have on all the corners of your walls, the better and high graphic details your holograms would be.
Yeah, I want that. And you know why though? Because you know what comes after XR, right?
XX.
XXXR.
Oh, I think he's going there. I think he's getting.
I was like, that's the only way he could be going, but
I don't have to leave my house to get a lap dance ever again.
You typically don't either.
That would be, and you don't need a headset either. You would
Right,
just sit there
that's what I'm
and
saying.
I know if you
it's
paid Jock
happening.
shillings, he would definitely lap dance for you, though.
Lap dance NFTs. I just have to hodl it to waddle it. I don't know.
Hodl it to waddle it?
I don't know.
I love that. We should end on hodl it to waddle it.
I will.
No, we got to check the chat because the chat's actually talking about some interesting stuff. We've been missing out. Let me scroll up a little bit because Danish Crypto is in there from when we were on our last subject. We got Joe Ju saying I collabed with a guy, no Raven coin, making 3D model IPFS. That's pretty interesting. As well as there's another person on Ravencoin who does auto loop MP4s on MPFS. So for people that don't know, being able to have that file stored on a specific setup, that's pretty cool. Ty Malone said that would be dope. I think he's talking about like XXR. And then Joe Ju said, I know how to make XR games via Unity for Quest and Rift. Yo, jump in the Telegram and hit me up, Token Gamer. And then Jordan said, I'm learning how to make digital art and minting what I learned. I'm minting useless shit right now as I'm just learning and figuring out how to give them utility. Hey man, that's where it all starts, right? Even just doing classes and teaching people how to make silly, things in VR.
That's how my collection started. Honestly, I didn't know what I was doing, and I was just gonna wing it and played with it, learned, and you know what I mean. And now I take all of that and be so much more serious about it because of the hands-on process. It's been a year hands-on, like a year in the kitchen, not in the classroom. And that's what you're doing, Jordan, is the right thing. Learn with your hands, not so much your eyes. Actually doing it will let you know what you actually have to go out of your way to learn, because you don't really know what you need to know until you try to do something, because common sense goes a long way in this world, and I think it gets lost in information and education a lot of the times.
Definitely.
Yeah, Bitcoin Blues Brother said, Ready Player One, here we come. Yeah, man, we were touching a little bit about it earlier, and I was saying, we're pretty much there now with all of the different type of hardware that we have. You can get body suits now and be able to track, where you be able to feel the bullets as someone shoots you, hug someone. Like I can hug Ken in VR. If we both have body suits on, we could be able to feel it, even having sex in VR. There's all sorts of things there's all sorts of hardware that's connecting people across the world today.
Demolition Man porn is coming, man. You can just put on the headset, sit down,
the bros will be there no matter how advanced the technology gets. The community is going to be there, and I'm trying to make sure that I keep that community connected virtually, and make sure that we all are able to be aware of the new technology that's happening. Every day there's new announcements from these different platforms in VR. I don't know how many of you guys are paying attention to blockchain games, but there's a VR blockchain game that's got me really excited right now called Revamon. I'll be taking a look at their alpha soon. And there's a bunch of other blockchain games that are out there. So come join the community. Let's talk more about blockchain gaming. Check me out on Blockchain Universe. I will drop our Telegram down below.
All right, yeah. So he'll drop the Telegram link in the chat. I'll put it in the description or pin that comment on the YouTube video. Shout out to everybody for tuning in. Joe Juice, TC. What up, Ty? How goes it, bro? We got Tommy in the chat. Thanks for tuning in. Danish, I fucking love you, bro. Thanks for tuning in. Keep up all the good work. Danish. Philip, how goes it, man? Thanks again for having my side. We got, who else was here? We had Cryptic Crypto, my bro, Miggy.
You outside?
Oh, good time with Mello. Mello, bro was here. What up, my Mello,
Joshua.
bro? Yeah, Joshua Tree. He was here, man. I didn't even see his comments. I was too involved in the conversation. It is what it is. Sultan Crypto was in the chat. Our lover. Sound Dr. Genie, who I believe is with Miggy. Crypto Miggy says hi. That's funny. I just thought that. And there's Sound Genie. I hope those two are having fun. They're putting together a crypto house, man. Dude bought a house, remodeling it, and getting it ready to have like incubator situation set up.
Oh, they're gonna put eggs inside of it.
Yeah. Well, maybe you saw what happened with those waves, ducks, and eggs, man. I met so many people in the past few months that became millionaires just off of ducks and eggs and waves.
It's crazy.
So many. Yeah, dude. Like people reaching out to me, asking me what I thought about it, because I actually like waves. Like I've always been a kind of a low key fan of waves. And I didn't get in on the Waves NFT bandwagon, and now I really regret it.
They had NFTs. That's wild.
Yeah, Waves, ducks, Waves, eggs, stuff like that. Ducks like
Tommy
eggs.
said he'll see us in New York or Miami. I hope Miami, but if we gotta wait till New York, I'll see you in New York. So
yeah, well, yeah, you're already in Miami. I will be in New York around Halloween, but I'll also be in New York next week. So hit me up, man.
We stay in New York and Miami.
We stay everywhere. I prefer California though. I
drive, and by the time I get there, he's leaving. I'm just always trying to catch him. I'm afraid of planes.
All right, so did you post that link? There it is. I see it. I want to bring that up right here for everybody. Open. Boom.
I see Vin D said I want to belong to this community. Yeah, man, if you're interested in connecting with other people, come join us in virtual reality. I wanted to show you guys how to get there. Let me show you guys how to do that real quick. You could just be able to go to altspacevr.com is the website that you go to. You can go to Steam as well. And just be able to download Altspace. It's their own platform, and then you'll see the Blockchain Universe events in there once you're all set up. Whoa, I see you posted my thing like 100 times.
Yeah, I just realized I can spam my own shit and nobody can do anything about it.
You spam it. Who cares?
That's hilarious.
What if you've got some edgy admins though? I could see one of your admins kind of banning you for a day, just letting.
Oh, no, they would too. Where's Dogecoin Kid when you need him? All right. I'm going to wrap it up here. I went a little long on time because I just really do miss Jerome, and it's always nice to see Nathan every day. I fucking love this guy.
Love you guys.
Thanks everybody for tuning in. As always, I'll see you tomorrow, and have a day.
Have a day. I love you.
Hello, happy bros. Hey, you're about to get a face full of the Ken Bozak. He's a mentor. That's what I heard. He's a connector. Oh, yeah. He's a brilliant leader. I've seen it. He's Ken Bozak. Oh, happy bro. You gotta get some Bitcoin and hold it. Happy bros. You gotta get those NFTs and you gotta hodl that stuff. You gotta hodl it. 'Cause I'm Ken bro. We got your Bitcoin, bro. He's an original. Buy some NFTs and hold them. How many times does he have to tell you? Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. We're gonna get real high. We're gonna get real high. We're gonna get real we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Bro, we're going to the moon. Oh yeah, we're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. Real high. Yep. Real high. Hello, happy bro bros. Come get some Ken Bozak.